Hi everyone, welcome back to Gorgeous Griff. I'm Griff. I hope you are all doing well. What have you been doing for this week? Let me know. Drop me a message in the comments below and let me know what's happening. What's new with you? So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to turn a boring old bald cap into a cowl. So, what I've got a horn here that I'm gonna attach to the bald cap and show you how to turn a bald cap into a cowl and then get that sorted. So the first thing you're gonna do is obviously get your horn. This is just a failed attempt of a horn that I've done a couple of years back, but I quite like the fact that I've got the plaster cast of it. So using that, and I've got some coloured latex that I've mixed up, and then basically stipple that all on there. And the fun thing about coloured latex as well is that when you make it, which I'll show you how to make coloured latex soon, is that when it dries a lot darker than original than you actually think it would do. So let me get this one coat of that done, and you want about 10 coats again on this because I want it quite thick, because I want to be able to stick it onto the bald cap. Allow that to dry now and then carry on doing 9 more layers, and I'm going to stuff it with some pillow stuffing just to maintain that shape. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute for the next part. See you in a moment. So now that we've got our 10 layers on the horn, what we're going to do is going to powder peel and stuff. So just using some baby powder, like what we did with the latex fingers and other stuff that we did. So you just want to make sure that you've powdered all of it, because latex sticks to latex. Make sure it's all hoarded. What you want to do is peel the edges, because it's quite thick. You can be quite rough with it. Get a little bit of powder on your hands, get on your fingers, and then basically just slide it off, and it should just slide off like that. Let's do a quick powder just to stop any excess stick or anything like that getting stuck to it, and you would have a horn shaped latex sleeve. Using a little bit of pillow wadding or cotton wool or anything like that, it's going to get a little bit, and I like to get a little bit and push it in, but flipping it like inside out, like you would do with like changing a sheet or anything like that, like a pillowcase. You put it inside out, then put all your pillow and all your wadding inside. So now that we've got our horn powdered, pulled and stuffed with some pillow wadding, you could leave it like that if you wanted to and just attach that to the bald cap, and then just like glue that down and attached it if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is going to add some string to it, just to give the horn a little bit more dimension and a bit of a groovier look to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally just dip some garden twine, some packaging string, whatever you want to call it, into the latex that we used, and use that as a glue type of thing, and then just sticking it at the base and twining it all the way around the horn, just to give it a little bit more detail and a little bit more character to it. So now, just to secure the top a little bit, just dip that in the latex again. Let's dip in and then just let that dry. What we're going to do afterwards, once this is dried, we're going to do another couple of layers of latex over the string, just to secure it down and make sure that it doesn't move. And then we can readjust any little bits, like this bit here is a bit too bunched up. We can just move that around, give it a little more texture and dimension. We'll get that all glued down, and that'll be it. And then we'll be sticking it on the red head, on the bald cap, and then we'll go from there. So I shall see you again in a minute. So now that we've got the string on, all wrapped around, looking all beautiful, I'm going to leave it to dry. I'm going to leave it to dry for probably overnight, to be fair. Just make sure it's all properly dried and perfect, so I don't want to mess with it or move it or anything like that. And then what we're going to do is, this is the other one that I made earlier, we're going to try and attach them to it and then give them another coat of paint, some more latex, probably even add another little horn to it, just to zhuzh it up a little bit more and go a little bit crazy with what you can do. Now that it is stuck on, you want to just carry on doing as many layers as you can to blend these edges in. So, but you have to allow each layer to fully dry before you do a next one, and that will give the bald cap a little bit more thickness and stability as well. And just be careful of when you do your bald cap latex, just be careful of your blending edges. So I've put this at this horn at the back of the prosthetic of the bald cap, so it will look like that. There's the edge of the bald cap, and then this is going to be the horn at the back. So this looks like a mess at the moment, but don't worry about that, because we're going to add loads of latex to it to give it more of a stability to it, Just be careful and just hold it down until it dries, just so it's secure. This is a bit the boring part, so get a cup of tea, shove a movie on while you do this, you know, put some music on, and then just go crazy. While I'm doing this, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy again, so hey. So as you can see, I've wrapped this in twine like I did with the other one, and I've just put a massive coat of latex all over it just to secure that twine and that string in again. It gives it a little bit more texture and more definition and detail to it. So when that dries, we'll be able to add it to the bald cap that we've just done and the other horns, and give it a cool little look to it. So I'm just going to put this on the tripod now and let it dry. So now that this has cured overnight, it's dried, you see that it's quite secure, and that the other little horn has dried, it's gonna place that on the bald cap again and get our little cowl on the go, it says. So because it's a round hole, what you want to do is get some scissors and try and just cut a little flat shape out so it fits securely on redhead, on the bald cap, so it can just sit flush on the bald cap. Just want 4 little holes, flaps, cuts, so it's that, it fits, and then locate where you want horn to go. So that's the headline, the line where I want it to be all blended in. So let's go about there, and then we could get 2 horns glued on. And again, just using a bit of the latex, you want to get that latex, and then just do a stipple of where you want the horn to go, and stipple on the latex on the horn, and then just push down those edges until it dries, and then just build up all those layers. Don't worry about the little drippy bits because we can just blend them into the bald cap as well. So that's kind of secured now. Very careful because it's still dry, it's still wet. So it looks like that. This is the front of it. So this will be the back horns, and then we've got we'll have another front horn here. And then what I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to texturize this just to blend in all the rest of these thick edges. So and it'll give it even more strength to the cowl once it's all done. So I'm waiting for the other horn to dry at the moment, and then once that's dry, and I'm going to carry on like sticking this on. This will probably take about an hour or two to fully cure and settle up and the other horn on. So I'm going to do that off camera so you're not waiting around. So yeah, once that's all done, I'll be back and you'll be able to see the whole finished application of the horns. Then we can go on to texturizing it. These are the scales when they come out dry from this latex. So this latex is very, very light looking, but it actually dries really, really dark. It's a great base tone for the monster, for the Aries demon. That's what it looks like.